Konnichiwa, amigos. I am Nacho Frio, and today I'll be reviewing an anime once again. Seinfeld is a fascinating anime and is well received by critics and casual anime viewers alike. But what makes Seinfeld so successful? I'll be explaining that today. The original idea of Seinfeld is actually not very well known, but is obvious once enough research is done. Seinfeld was inspired by Japanese government ideals of the 17th and 18th centuries. You see, in that time, the Buddhists were in absolute control of society. They controlled land, had privatized armies, and made up for a sizable portion of the population. The Japanese government wanted to take back the power usurped by the Buddhists. Seinfeld represents arguments against Buddhism. Buddhism is about accepting its existence and how, in the end, everything has a purpose and makes sense. You know, you all try to reach nirvana. There's always a point to something to reach. However, Seinfeld mocks the very fabric of reality by making the viewer question what makes sense. Although the Buddhists were defeated far before the creation of Seinfeld, it is highly likely that the Japanese didn't want them to regain power. Hideki Tojo created Seinfeld to subliminally suggest anti-Buddhist messages. Although some would consider this very controversial, it's actually not. One can compare it to the manga Great Expectations for their similar political agendas. Now, I would like to look at what makes the plot so fascinating. The Seinfeld multiverse focuses on Earth J for Jerry, and follows the exploits of Jerry Seinfeld as he navigates through the seamless void referred to as Sukabliat, also known as reality when translated from Japanese to English. Accompanied by his friends Cosmo Kramer, Goku, and Scooby-Doo, Jerry solves mysteries and tries to save the world from evil aliens. I don't want to go into too much detail, so as that would spoil the amazing storylines you have to see for yourself. Finally, I'm going to give Seinfeld a review. I love Seinfeld, and it perfectly encapsulates Japanese culture. Being 3/10 Japanese, I'm able to relate to the culture shown in the anime. Despite being a blatant propaganda against the Buddhists, I still enjoy the anime. I would recommend it, as well as reading the manga alongside it. With the Seinfeld multiverse being so vast, it is nearly impossible to know where to begin. There are so many alternate realities and timelines, and it's just so difficult to follow. However, I would most suggest that you stay within the current, canon timeline, I would say, or Earth J to be specific. The best stories are most likely Seinfeld Year Zero and Jerry Seinfeld Issue 1. Finally, I would suggest you play the Seinfeld video games. The best one is most likely The Legend of Seinfeld, Ocarina of Nothing. So, in conclusion, I would have to give Seinfeld an 8 out of 37ths. Thank you for watching my review of Seinfeld. This is Nacho Frio signing out.